what is near infrared camera. So what we're going to do is we're going to take out the filter inside this guy here and turning it into a what I call a near infrared camera. Pretty much an infrared camera. That's what we use them for, and they work fantastic, and it's pretty easy to do. So let's get right to it. And the reason that you want to do this is because your normal camera cannot see in the infrared light. It's built that way on purpose because the human eye does not see that way. But it's pretty easy to make yourself one, so let's dive right in here and I'll show you how to do it. Kodak Easy Shar C183. Kind of see that. I like these little Kodak cameras because they're easy to hack and they do a good job with the quality. But basically this is what I've done. Alright guys, so this is what it looks like when you remove the infrared filter from the Kodak camera. Now each one is different, so this I still have to put everything back together, but basically it was underneath this plate, and underneath there's another plastic piece here, but on the opposite side of this plate is where the actual screen is that takes the picture, and this filter goes right over top of that. And as you can see, it's got kind of like a red hue to it. That is to help block out the infrared. Now a lot of times what you can do if you don't want to take this out, or you don't feel comfortable with it, you can get an old like 3.5-inch floppy disk and cut out a piece about that size, take all this apart down to this level, and then put it over top of that, and it'll give you the same kind of effect, but not really. So let's get this back together, see if this works, and go from there. You see how you get it in the light and it has that little red hue to it? That is what I'm talking about there. That is the filter that's on this piece of glass. And what that does is it blocks infrared light. Now, you would ask why they do that? Well, because the human eye doesn't naturally see it. So when you were doing pictures and stuff like that, everybody wants to see like their family member or whatever they're taking, you know, in this bright, beautiful color that we see it out of our eyes. So that's the whole intention of the way that the cameras are designed. Now, me personally, I'd like to have the option. I don't like the fact of, you know, somebody putting something in there that hinders me from doing something. I never did like that, so it doesn't matter what it is. If you give me something and it's got a restriction already on it, I don't like that. So this is all you need to do. So basically on this camera here, as see, I didn't get 100% lined up here. You just take the outside screws out, and in this one there's just a few, nothing on the top, a few on the side, a few on the bottom. Then when you do, both these cases will pop off. You got to be careful, but pop the case off that way and this way, and there'll be like a green or a gray inner case that houses the screen on the back, and the one in the front will house all this stuff here, your lens and everything else. Now, you don't need to worry about the front one. You can actually leave most of that stuff on, except for you have to take it off for a short time to get this. There's a screw on the top here, and there's a couple screws, I think, on the bottom here, or the side, something like, I can't remember where they're at. But basically there's a cage piece here that you need to remove. And you're going to have to remove a ribbon cable over here that's connected to the cage, and then there'll be a ribbon cable down here that connects the screen. Just be careful when you remove them. The one down here on the bottom has the type where the plastic piece goes over it, so if you flip it up like so, the cable will come right out. This one over here is just a pull out and push in kind of job. I forget what they call those guys. And then once you remove that, you're going to have two, you're going to have the cage right here, and then you're going to remove the, it'll be like an X looking thing. There's a couple of screws. You remove that, it's attached to a ribbon cable. All you have to do is take and just kind of bend that to the side and just leave it there. And then from there, you'll see on the other side of that, there should be that little glass piece, wherever the hell I put it at. This right here. This right here will be attached to that little X piece on the opposite side. And all you do is peel it off. Try not to use your fingers though. Your fingers do have oils and things like that on them. You don't want to get any of that stuff inside the camera, and you don't want to get it anywhere near the lens. So if you can use something like tweezers, the ones I have actually really suck. They're not very good. So I had to use a combination of tweezers and a screwdriver. But any which way you do it, try not to use your fingers. Alright, so here is a little beginning portion of just looking at my computer screen. Let me turn the light on so you can see what this is. Okay, so there's my light on my desk. That's my computer screen, as you can tell. I'm going to turn the light back out. That's what it looks like without it. Now, we're going to pan directly over this way, just to the wall. Let me show you what the wall looks like with the light on. You can kind of see it. I will walk over here and turn one of my other lights on, so you can see what the wall looks like. Okay? Then I'm going to go over here and turn the light back out. And I will come back over here, turn this light out. Now I have my infrared night vision camera over here, and as you can see, it's got the night vision turned on. So let's go ahead and turn that off. See how the thing went away. And as you can look at the screen here, you know, it doesn't really show anything in the dark either. But this is what it looks like when you actually turn on the infrared light. See how the wall comes alive? And that's simply from removing that filter, guys. So, if you want a pretty much full spectrum camera, this is what you got to do. All the detail that you see is going to come through regardless of whatever kind of light that you use. Now, I could go through and test more and more, but there's really no sense. As you can tell, this works fantastic, and this is going to be a great addition and replacement to our other camera that just kind of quit working. So let's turn it off again, show you the differences. Now there's nothing. And we have there. Nothing. And then we have full view. So yeah, this is a pretty simple little... Alright, so as you can see, this thing works pretty good. That's all you got to do if you want to make yourself an infrared camera. Are these 100% infrared? Pretty much. They're what they call near infrared, I believe, because they're not made that way from the factory. I don't know what the difference is. I had a full spectrum camera a while back, and everything that I do with my Kodak, besides the image quality, because I think it only did like 4 megapixels or something. I don't know what it did. It was, you know, kind of lower because it was an older camera. But it worked perfect for what I wanted to do. I just wanted to take some pictures outside, you know, with the infrared side. So you can kind of get a deeper view of your investigation. So I didn't see really much in the way of quality difference, you know, besides the one of them had a better image quality than the other one. But as far as being able to see everything, it looked pretty damn close to me. So if there's any tech people out there that knows the difference, please post below. I don't know the difference. I just know that they looked damn near the same, which is exactly why I like doing this hack. Um, any camera that you find that doesn't have the ability to see in the infrared light, all you have to do is take it apart and be careful. You don't want to break anything. And on the lens piece, you just pull off the filter, whatever the filter is. Sometimes it'll be a film. I've seen those before in older cameras. Sometimes it'll be this glass piece here. Um, I don't know which ones are which. I'm not really an expert on it, guys, but I do know that it's pretty easy to make yourself an infrared camera. So I hope this helps you guys out. And you got any questions, just comment below. I'd be happy to help you out.